Welcome back. Well, in just a couple of weeks, the Triad will soon be swarming with some of the world's most talented tennis players during the Winston-Salem Open. And this annual tournament is always just a lot of fun for not only the players, but of course us as fans as well.
It's a big deal for our area. So to tell us more this morning is Tournament Director Jeff Ryan. Good morning, Jeff. Great to see you again.
Ladies, pleasure to see you. Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. So first, let's talk about the process of how the players actually choose that they want to play in the Winston-Salem Open.
Sure, be happy to address that. Look, players compete and contest all year round. It's a global tour in multiple countries, but on certain deadlines, players have the options to do what's called signing up and become part of the official player acceptance list. That deadline was yesterday, so players, in other words, had to make their commitment by yesterday to sign up. And we saw the results of that yesterday. That's normal. There's typically a month out, about 4 weeks out from every event that they have to make their commitments to an event like ours. Some of the larger events have automatic entry, and by that I mean they're required to play. They're entered automatically, so it's treated a little bit different. But a 250, which I like to say we are the meat and potatoes of the tour. We're the most numerous type of event out there on the tour. We do have sign-up deadlines, and ours was yesterday.
Well, that's still very, very cool. And a lot of people, maybe if they follow tennis, they were just watching Wimbledon a couple weeks ago, or maybe they know about the U.S. Open. But how would you say that Winston-Salem compares to those other Grand Slams? Because you're still able to see some of those really cool players that play on those high tournaments.
Yeah, well, just for context, you're asking someone who worked on the U.S. Open for over 20 years. So I know that event well. It's amazing for what it does for the sport of tennis. But an event like ours here in Winston, being smaller, it's more intimate. You're able to get a little up closer to the athletes. And when they come on and off the court and in and around the settings that we provide in our venue, just allow fans to feel a little closer, a little more intimate with the overall action that's going on the court. It's not that one's better or worse than the other. It's just a different vibe. We're 3,500 seats in our principal stadium. The U.S. Open, the main stadium, is over 20,000 seats. They can have over 50,000 people on the site every day. So you're just organically, you're going to have a different feel.
Talk about the fan experience, some of the off-court kind of fun that people can expect at the Winston-Salem Open.
Well, we're having a couple changes this year, but one of them is the fact that we have a new food service provider over there. There's a whole new company in there. It's called Proof of the Pudding. They're going to be within the Wake footprint going forward. So we're excited for them and what they're going to bring to the table, no pun intended. So we're hoping for good food options. We're also hoping for their skills and experience in doing this in other venues to take into account the feedback we got about lines and that sort of stuff. We'll have the Tito's Podzilla back. We'll have the Stella Airstream, which will be brand new this year for an Irish guy like me. It's always nice to have a nice, big, robust beer selection, Stella Airstream. We'll have autograph sessions. We have a great selection of merchandise, always trying to enhance and upgrade that. So we're in the final stages of that selection, making sure we have adequate supply of certain sizes on hand. So we work very hard to make sure the fans have a good experience when they come into our little footprint over there at Wake.
This is going to be really cool. And you just talked about how intimate the actual arena is. So we'll be able to see some of the world's best players up close. The deadline was yesterday. Who are a few of those names that you can sort of rattle off to get people excited for the event?
Well, look, the players I'm about to rattle off are all within the top 30. So that's a testament to the tournament and our community and the support that they show to these players when they come in town. It's headlined by Borna Coric. He's from Croatia. Pablo Carreño Busta, he's returning. He's won this tournament in the past. Jan Lennart Struff is coming back. He's a German. Roberto Bautista Agut, he'll be back. Adrian Manarino is our defending champion. We've already awarded one wild card to Gael Monfils. So that's a pretty dynamic list of players. Again, aside from Gael, they're all in the top 30, and that's pretty spectacular for an event like ours.
I'd say so too, Jeff. Thank you. And we know that people can also volunteer, so we'll give everyone the website too to try to get involved if they're able to do so. So the Winston-Salem Open runs from August 19th until the 26th. Mark your calendar. All games will be played at Wake Forest University. You can find the full schedule and purchase your tickets at winstonsalemopen.com. Great resource there to stay.